Hello, my name is Merk. This is my channel. Welcome. We've recently started a series called Libraries of Outlands, and it has to do with all the books available throughout the Outlands. We were going to do one video, but there's way too many books and it's going to take way too long, and the video would have been like 3 days long. So we decided to do one single video on each book that we could find. Maybe sometimes we'll combine it and have 2 or 3. We'll see. Today we're going to look at Codex and Grimoire overview. Make sure you check out the website listed above. I'll refer to these as Codex, including the Grimoire, the Bestiary, Summer's Tome, and the Poison Kit and the Trap Kit. I'm going to refer to them all as codices from now on. Codex. All Codex and other progression items are blessed and they can't be stolen. The experience you get for these items are tied to the character, not to the item. It's freely tradable. You can give them to other players, but that player will have to build up their own experience in the said codex for it to be beneficial for them. As long as you have a minimum of the 80 printed skill or skills required to use each particular codex, do more than one at a time as long as you have those minimum skill numbers. And you can put all these blessed items in an adventure satchel. We talked about that before. That's what it's for, is to kind of clean up your backpack some. Bard Codex is used. You have to have 80 printed skill, at least 2 of the barding skills. And there's 8 different barding codex upgrades that you can activate, and you can activate them through tier 1, 2, and 3. You can reset spit points anytime you want to, given 5 minutes in between resets. These are crafted by scribes. It takes 25 arcane scrolls and 1 master crafting diagram to create these, and all of them for that matter. Healer's Codex, gotta have 80 printed skill and healing and anatomy to make that one work. There's up to 20 upgrade points available for this one, and it's the same as the Bard Codex. Poison Kit. Now, it's not a book, but it operates the same way as a book, so just to be thorough, we will add it. You have to have 80 poisoning and 80 taste ID or alchemy to use the Poison Kit. If you have 0 poison effects active, you can reset spent points. Potion Codex, you have to have 80 alchemy in order to use that one. Summoner's Tome, you have to have at least 80 Spirit Speak and 80 Magery to use Summoner's Tome. You gain experience killing creatures. To gain experience, you accumulate points in Summoner's Tome for each one of the creatures that you have summoned at that time. Every summon spell has 2 different upgrades the players can choose from to upgrade. It's craftable by scribes, 25 arcane scrolls, and 1 master crafting diagram. Taming Bestiary. This is a progressive bonus system for animal taming. You have to have 50 or higher animal taming to utilize this one. You have 3 creature types that can earn points, and you can allot those points however you like. We'll get more into that whenever the time comes to talk about that particular book. Thieves Codex. You have to have 80 stealing, and either 80 snooping, hiding, or stealth. 8 different Thieves Codex upgrades, tier 1, 2, and 3. You gain experience through pilfering or mugging creatures. Reset the points every 5 minutes. Trap Kits. You have to have 80 tinkering and 80 detect hidden. Use your Trap Kit. You have no Trap Kits on the ground, and you have no Trap Kit cooldowns in place. You can reset the spent points. This one is crafted by tinkerers. You have to have 1 mastercraft diagram, 25 iron, 25 leather. Wizard's Grimoire. You have to have 80 Magery, 80 meditation, or 80 eval to utilize Wizard's Grimoire. 16 different spells featured in the Wizard system. There's 3 different tiers that you can utilize. Maximum amount of points you can get is 50. You can reset the Grimoire without cost once every 5 minutes. There are 8 different weapons and parry codices. 1 corresponds to each weapon and shield skill. Arcane, archery, fencing, fishing, macing, parrying, swordsmanship, and wrestling. Players need at least 80 skill points in tactics and a specific weapon skill to utilize the benefit from the appropriate codex. Parry Codex requires 80 parrying and either 80 tactics or wrestling. Each codex has 6 different stances, 7 ranks each, and 2 finishers with 5 ranks each. For every stance that you reach rank 5, you gain 1 rank in the finisher. This raises the chance to trigger it. As long as you have the weapon skill and tactics, you gain experience for the codex. If you have multiple weapon skills that can gain experience, the experience will be split evenly. Now a little more in depth into the weapon and parry codex. In order to use a weapon codex, players must have at least 80 tactics and 80 in their weapon skill, with an exception having to do with arcane. Arcane codex requires 80 in wrestling, along with 80 in arcane. Parry codex, players have to have 80 tactics or 80 wrestling, and 80 in the parrying skill. Any magical increases to tactics or tactics bonuses do not apply. You have to have written skill of 80. Players gain experience toward their codices by killing creatures with a weapon type matching the codex. Players can level multiple codices at once as long as their weapon matches one of them and they have the skill required for all of them. Parry codex will gain experience so long as the player has a two-handed weapon or shield equipped. Each upgrade point takes 5,000 gold earned worth of experience. In other words, if you're at rank 1, you have upgrade points 4. Experience points needed are 20,000. Stances. So you have 5 different stances in each one of these. By double-clicking the codex, these players can open their character's codex profile. On the top half of the codex, there are 5 stances. You can pick from the large button on the left to activate or deactivate that stance. It does cost 3 mana every time a stance is changed. There's no cooldown, but it does cost 3 mana. You can only have 1 stance active for each codex. These stances can be upgraded to rank 7. You can also set these stances to auto-renew, which ensures that they're on all the time. This will automatically reactivate the stance 10 seconds after activating it the first time. Finishers. When a player reaches rank 5 in any stance for a skill, they will unlock ability to select a finisher. If the player has a finisher activated, single-clicking the codex will display it. Parrying finishers are defensive measures that can trigger when a player gets below 33% of their maximum hit points. Players can only trigger a single finisher on each mob. So in other words, an infinite cooldown on each mob. But you can trigger a finisher every 60 seconds on a boss type creature. Now there is one exception. The mechanics for discipline, aspect, armor, or certain weapon abilities. The player first unlocks a finisher for a skill. Those finishers are at tier 1. Of course, that means you can get to tier 5 by capping off each one of your stances. Each tier adds a 2% chance to increase the finisher. Slower weapons have a higher percentage chance of working per time. Chance for a weapon finisher to occur is also increased by a player's anatomy skill. Each weapon codex has 3 unique weapon abilities. Players can unlock and activate. Each weapon ability takes 50 points to unlock. In order for a player to earn a weapon ability, the weapon ability meter must be full. All weapon abilities for the player share the same weapon ability cooldown. Every 6 seconds, the player weapon ability meter will fill by 10% and be an additional 10% times arms lore skill. By default, the weapon ability cooldown is 60 seconds, but can be decreased all the way down to 24 seconds. Once toggled, the weapon ability will trigger on the next melee hit the player lands on, and the weapon meter will be reset. Codex hotbar allows players to quickly change and view their stance, finishers, weapon abilities in one place, as well as their stance to auto-renew and monitor the weapon ability meter. Codex hotbar can be accessed by the hotbar button at the bottom of any codex gump or bracket codex hotbar weapon ability hotbar. Players can also launch dedicated weapon ability hotbars by typing bracket ability hotbar or bracket abilities hotbar. Thanks for checking out the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And tune in next time. We're going to be starting in on the codices one at a time. The next one will be a single. We'll see you then. Thanks. Peace.